Did you know that today in 2025, your money is worth 23% less than your money was worth just 5 years ago? Yep, COVID changed everything and changed so much, which means that your money is continually losing value. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 middle-class habits that you probably have right now that are keeping you poor. And in fact, it's not just keeping you poor, it's actually making you get worse because your money is becoming less and less valuable every single year and every single month as you progress. So the faster you address these problems, the faster you can get rid of the middle class mentalities that you've probably grown up with, and you can accelerate into more of an abundant mentality and start creating the true wealth, the income, and the leverage that you truly desire. And most importantly, look, you want lifestyle, you want the opportunity to travel, to do the things that you want to do, to have amazing opportunities with loved ones. So let me share with you what those 3 mindset hacks are and those habits are that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you poor. Alex Hormozy once said this. He said that success loves speed, wealth loves time, and poverty loves indecision. So what kind of decision do you need to make today in order to leverage to your future success? First decision is to subscribe to this YouTube channel right here. You like that bridge, innit? You like that one? All right, cool. So let's get into the 3 habits. First is middle class people and people with a middle class mindset. They wake up on time for work. What? Ain't that what you're meant to do, Jazz? Hear me out. I remember about 10 years ago, I must have been about 27 years young. And at the time, I just started to float around and, look for massive properties and just look into them. Not because I had the money to buy them, not because I had the direct intention at that particular point to buy them, but I just wanted to go out and explore. I remember one of my ex-mentors, Daniel Priestley, saying to me, environment dictates performance. So if you want to perform at a high level, you got to get into high level environments. And one of those environments that I would encourage you to do the same is just to go to multi-million pound houses. I grew up in Harlesden, one of the roughest neighborhoods in the UK, in London. And, I had never seen, I didn't even know what a detached house was until I was like 25. I kid you not. Anyway, so I went to this massive house in Chigwell, and all you've got to do is type in a quick search on Zoopla. I found this detached house. I think it was about 1.8, maybe 1.9 million pounds for the price of this house. I don't have 1.9 million pounds at this point, not in my bank account. Anyway, I just wanted to go around and explore. So I go into the house and the estate agent is walking around. He said, yeah, this is a lovely area of Chigwell. Ashley Cole's mum, she lives around here. Loads of celebrities live around this area. And in my mind, I figure, I don't really care about all this. Anyway, so I step into this beautiful luxury house that had massive wide corridor. And I remember walking into my own corridor and I'm like, I can always touch both walls with both hands. But in this corridor, wow, it's like I can do star jumps. I can do all sorts of amazing things in this corridor because it's so huge. And then the owner of the property introduces himself. Let's say his name was Sam. I can't remember his name. But Sam shows me around and he's like, yeah, this is the cinema room. I'm like, what? Cinema room? And I see his little 5-year-old son chilling there and, watching movies with the mom. And it just looks absolutely sensational. They show me around the kitchen. They're showing me upstairs. And as I walk into the bedroom, I'm looking around at this luxury bedroom with a walk-in wardrobe, an ensuite bathroom, and I'm thinking, like, goodness, how does such a young man like Sam, because he probably looked about 35 at the time, maybe, less than 40. And I'm thinking, how does such a young man like Sam afford a property like this? And as Sam walks me up to the bedroom and I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, this is absolutely luxurious. And I said, Sam, there's no blinds on your window. Like, where's the blinds? I thought, that's just crazy. This guy's a multi-millionaire, assumably. He's got this massive house and he's got no blinds on his window. I'm thinking, what on earth is going on, Sam? And he says, yeah, I wake up at the crack of dawn anyway. I said, I never had blinds. I said, I always wake up by 5 a.m. As soon as the sun wakes up, I wake up. And I said, yeah? All right. I said, no blinds for me. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, from that very day, about 10 years ago, I have never had blinds. I had blinds in my old house and I wound them all the way up. I did not I did not round them back down. I was like, listen, if Sam can be under 40 and afford a massive house like this, and he ain't waking up by no alarm clock, he's waking up with the sun, I'm gonna wake up with the sun too. So for many, many years after that point, I just always had my blinds wide open. And lo and behold, when I moved into my dream home, which was when I was 32, so that must have been about 5 years later. You see, this is mindset as well, right? This is like understanding that once you visualize something and you see something, it propels you to take action and go and get it. You know, so many people, they stay stuck because it's just what they're used to. Environment dictates performance. I got into that environment when I was 27, and by 32, I had my own dream house. As I moved into my dream house, it's got these massive windows in my bedroom, and they're like triangle shaped, and it's like long and it's just huge. You probably wouldn't even want to put curtains in there anyway, but still, like, I made sure that I did not have any curtains or blinds. The only reason that I did get it a couple of years ago is because when the baby was coming, I knew that the baby was going to need to sleep in our room, and obviously that's not conducive to a baby sleeping. But other than that, I've always had my blinds open, and now I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and most commonly 4, and sometimes 3 o'clock I get up in the morning. I get into the office by 5, sometimes 6 a.m, and I just get high caliber focused work done. There is something about the ether, the energy of not being around other people and just hearing nothing but your internal thoughts, your own voice, and giving you that reflective direction. You know, whether you are a spiritual person or whether you are a religious person, you pray to God or you meditate or whatever it is that you do. This is a form of meditation. It is a form of arising early before the crowds, before the energy comes into your world, and getting your focused activities done. You know, whether you work a 9 to 5 or whether you have a business, doing this can change your life. Getting up early. I know you used to listen to Eric Thomas, and he used to say, I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning. I wake up at 3 o'clock because I'm hungry. Or whatever he used to say, right? Or however he used to say it. I know I kind of mixed up Eric Thomas and Les Brown in one. You get it. But he used to wake up at 3 o'clock every single morning. He probably still does. And it's just like, I always think to myself, bruv, I ain't got time to wake up at 3. You must be crazy. And now I get it. It's the energy. It's the ability to come in here at 5 a.m. and film. There's no other offices around. There's no other noise. There's no other distraction. It's just me, my energy, and my focus. And you, if you start to do that, it will propel you to a whole new dimension of clarity, of focus, and of just getting stuff done. So that's number 1, is making sure that you wake up early, whatever that time is for you, and then keeping those blinds open. It is a life hack. Number 2 is being around high quality people. You know, again, about 9 years ago or so, I started to really change my circle. I started to get around high quality people. Environment dictates performance, and if you're around people that are at the same level as you, and you're kind of like top of the tree or near the top of the tree in terms of your income, your profession, your success, and you need to get around other people that have created success that is way beyond you. Why? Because when you see it, then you can start to believe it. And once you start to believe it, you can start making moves towards it. If you stay around the same people that you went to school, college, and university with, that's absolutely fine. But also understand that you're not going to grow amazing levels of leverage beyond that. Because it's human science. It's not even an emotional thing. And I know some people might be thinking, yeah, but I've got friends that, you know, I grew up with, that I stay in contact with, and so on and so forth. And that's cool. But what I'm saying is you've got to also get around people that are further ahead than you, because they will be able to pull you forward faster than you've ever thought possible. You know, I remember one particular time before I bought my dream house, I was looking through some properties on Zoopla or Rightmove, and I saw a really nice one. It must have cost about £2 million, again, in Essex. I was just like, oh, that's super cool. I remember sitting there on my bed about 9 p.m. and I put it onto my WhatsApp story, and I said, I'm going to get something like this in about 5 years. And then it was one of my friends that I only met 2 months prior. And all of my other friends that I grew up with around school, they said, yeah, bro, they were encouraging, they were supportive. They said, yeah, bro, you're going to get that in 5 years. That's going to be an amazing for you. I can see that for you in the future. And my friend Byron messaged me back and he said, bro, you ain't got 5 years, you got 1. And I was like, you know what? He's probably right. At first I thought, rude. But then I thought, you know what? he's probably right. And then I started to actually take action towards getting the momentum and getting that property. So then I booked a viewing straight away, just put it in on Zoopla and said, yeah, I'm coming to view the property this weekend or whenever it was. And then after a few additional properties that I went to view, I found a dream home that I really wanted and that, you know, I could purchase. And then I put a picture up of it and I put it onto my TV screen. I kid you not, I put that picture on my TV screen and I unplugged the freaking TV. I unplugged it. I was like, I ain't watching no TV until I buy this dream house. I ain't having no distractions until I get into my dream house. I remember Myron Golden saying something similar where he was like saying, how you going to be watching it? How you going to be broke and watching TV? He said, you don't deserve to watch TV until you're making at least £30,000 a month. I'm like, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you a level of focus, a level of intensity, and a level of sharpness that is needed in order to get to that next level. I can't tell you the number of challenges that I went through on the journey to get in my 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 3-floor house with fingerprint door and with automated lights as you walk into the reception area, and with blinds that roll down at the click of a button, and with, you know, all of these contraptions with a Hoover that sucks itself in from the kitchen and then winds its way up to the Hoover on the first floor. Like, all of this stuff was unimaginable to me 10 years ago. But by getting around the right people and being around other business owners, other experts, other entrepreneurs that already had houses of a similar ilk, of a similar price point, of a similar stature, it made me realize that if they can do it, I can do it. I never forget one of my friends that I also met 2 months prior to having that conversation. He said, I went to his house. It was his 30th birthday. I'll never forget. And I'd met him a couple of months prior at a program called Landmark. And as I pulled up to his house for his 30th birthday, I could not believe it. I sat outside the house and I looked at it from floor to ceiling, and I looked at it from floor to ceiling. And I did that about 50 times. And I sat outside the house in my BMW X6 car for about 15 minutes before I went in the house. Because I was thinking to myself, how on earth did a 30-year-old have a house like this? That was crazy to me, and I'd never seen it. A year later, I had my dream house. When you get around high performers, high executors, excellent thinkers, you too, my friends, will start to create excellence. And number 3, you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to tell you. Before I tell you this, please do go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Like the video so that I can create more content like this, which is going to help you to hopefully level up in 2025 and beyond. So, listening to junk music. I stopped this about 10, maybe 12 years ago. I never forget, you know, when my mum's husband, growing up, my mum's husband is a Rasta man, right? So he loves reggae music, the Beres Hammond, the Sanchez, the Garnet Silk, the Bob Marleys, and all of this stuff used to be pumping from the house. And whenever I used to like come back at 14, 15 years old, I used to play music, and it was like the garage music. He was like, listen, Mayu, turn off that Ray Raj music. Turn off that Ray Raj foolishness. It'll make you jump up and down. Don't make you think. Don't give you no sense. Don't give you no clarity. Like, and he used to drill me on it, and I used to hate him for it. Like, we used to have loads of like, you know, verbal arguments about it and stuff like that. But the point is that at a point in my life when I started to grow this £3 million business that I had at the time, like, my business was generating £3 million from the age of about 26-ish. And I thought to myself, do you know what? This music ain't serving me in the way that it once served me. So over the years, I've just decreased the amount of music that I listen to and increased the amount of podcasts and success stories that I listen to. You know, I was listening to Tony Robbins and, what's his name? And Patrick Bet-David this morning on the way in. Just game changers. Just listen to the way that Tony tells stories, listening to all of these insights, listening to all of these background journeys that he's had with his mentor, Jim Rohn, who I used to also listen to in my car very, very frequently, listening to the Brian Tracy's of this world, listening to the Zig Ziglars, all of these amazing experts, the John Maxwell's, when I was very, very intentional about leadership because I had a team of up to 150 people and I needed to learn those skills. You know, the skills that you can learn in listening to audio every single day that you travel can literally be like a university degree in whatever subject that you choose. And Brian Tracy says that it's like a university on wheels. So I'm not saying to you that you don't listen to music ever, because, you know, as I've grown and stuff like that, I listen to music sometimes, but, and I do it with intentionality. When I listen to music, I listen to music in order to increase and elevate my mood. I listen to music in order to get me pumped up to do something, to perform a certain activity. And then I typically go back to, you know, my learning takes, my Jim Rohns or my Brian Tracy's or my Les Browns or my Eric Thomas or whoever it is that I might need to listen to at that particular moment, because I need to always keep my mind sharp. And when your mind is sharp, your money becomes sharp too. I know you like that one. Anyway, my name is Jazz Rhodes. Drop a comment below. Let me know what was the biggest and best insight for you inside this video, so that I got clarity, and I'll read your comments, and I look forward to seeing them below this video. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video once you're subscribed. Bye for now.